Someone once said that you can't go home again, but they lacked vision. And a temporal discombobulator.
Hey everyone, it's Folo here. In light of the release of WoW Classic on the 27th of August, I thought it'd be a good idea to go through the top 5 reasons why you should roll a Warlock in Classic WoW. The class overall is a demon-loving, versatile and super fun choice for newbies and Classic returners alike. So without further ado, we're going to dive right in with number 1, PvE viability. As one of two of the only ranged spellcasters with a viable build in WoW Classic, you're going to be a stalwart choice for raiding, especially as you enter Molten Core. You've got two primary builds. One is Demonic Sacrifice or Shadow Mastery. Demonic Sacrifice is a 9-21-21 build that focuses in on sacrificing your succubus for an extra 15% damage. This alongside the Ruin talent is going to give you an increased critical strike damage bonus of 100%, so really good choice. You've also got Shadow Mastery, which is a 30-0-21 build, which keeps that Ruin talent but specs heavily into Affliction to give you the Shadow Mastery talent, and also Nightfall. Nightfall gives you instant Shadow Bolts from your Ticks of Corruption, which is going to be super important, really bursty class. Just keep in mind though that you will see spikes of threat, which is going to cause issues for you later down the line, unless you've got a brilliant tank. PvP viability. Warlocks are absolute monsters at PvP. The survivability from the toolkit, through stuns, health regen, and the fear, of course. It's such a difficult class to kill, especially in a solo environment. The main build for PvP is a Soul Link Nightfall build. This is focusing heavily on survivability, which is using Soul Link to combine your health with your pets to give you a 30% increased damage reduction. It's going to make killing you nigh on impossible. Alongside that, we've got Nightfall with the instant corruption that we've got built in. It's going to give some really strong burst damage. The second build is a Conflag build, which specs 34 points into Destruction and 17 in Affliction. And this is picking up the Nightfall within Affliction and getting that instant corruption, while also specking all the way down the Destruction tree to Conflag. Using Immolate, Conflag and then Shadow Burn, you can almost one-shot opponents, which means that your single target DPS is one of the best. Keep in mind you don't have the survivability from Soul Link, so it's slightly more difficult to play. But if you want them PvP highlights on YouTube, definitely think about picking this particular build. Free mount. Once you get to level 40, you're able to start riding, and on a Warlock you actually get the Fellsteed mount quest. If you head into a major city and talk to your Warlock class trainer, you're able to pick up this quest. Once you've got it, if you head over to the Barrens and speak to Strahd Farzan, you can complete a very simple quest chain to unlock Apprentice Riding skill and also your Fellsteed mount. And this saves about 100 gold in total, which is great because in Classic, getting that gold on a fresh server, it's going to be really difficult. Leveling experience. When you're leveling up, you're going to get to level 10 and you're going to unlock the Voidwalker, which is going to be your best friend all the way through to level 60, especially when soloing. The Warlock, as I like to refer to him, is great at allowing you to tag multiple mobs at the same time. He does suffer from mana issues early on, but if you spec into Fell Intellect and improved Voidwalker, it's going to be really more beneficial to yourself, and I'd really recommend speccing into this early on. Because of the additional utility that you have, and Warlock, it's going to make your leveling experience super easy. It's probably the third best out of all the classes. Raid utility. Warlocks have got some really unique skills and characteristics that they bring to a raid, and because of this, every raid always needs 1 or 2 Warlocks. One of the main issues with Classic was mana, and healers suffered through the long fights in raids especially. Because of this, Warlocks needed to provide Hellstones, and not just for themselves, but to every single raid member. This would conserve healer mana throughout the fight when someone got into a sticky situation. One of the other benefits of Warlock is the Soulstone, which allows you to bring a party member back to life. I would recommend always placing this on the healer, as in case of a wipe, they can still resurrect everyone. Try not to place this thought on a druid, as they don't have the revive mechanic until Wrath of the Lich King. In addition, please always remember to reset your Soulstone after 15 minutes if it doesn't get used. Last but not least is Blood Pact. Sometimes Warlocks get placed in the tank group to provide the largest stamina buff within Classic. This is very rare, as pets tend to die during Classic WoW, especially while raiding, as there's no AoE mitigation for the pets. And that's my top 5 reasons for rolling Warlock in World of Warcraft Classic. If you liked the content, please like and subscribe, as it really means a lot to the channel. Thank you.